Hey there everybody, welcome back. Let's just get right into it. This is my review of the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Let's kick it off with the build quality. I would classify the build quality of the S25 Ultra as well-rounded, whereas the S24 Ultra was well-cornered. Come on, dude, we talked about this.
Hey, what's up
What,
with
man?
that?
It was a funny joke. Well-rounded, well-cornered. It's a goofy joke. They're gonna love it.
Look, I sent you something.
Wait, what did you
Think about
send
it.
me?
Okay, you tell me what it means.
Okay, that looks like my boss. Plus, yeah, I got it. Well, boss, I'm sorry to say, and this might be a little awkward, but I think you're fired. The S25 Ultra has a slightly thinner body, thinner bezels, and more pronounced camera rings. I feel kind of conflicted with the design. Looking at the S24 and S25 Ultra side by side, the S24 Ultra looks much better to me. It looks like what I imagine an Ultra phone being. The S25 Ultra looks kind of cheap. Am I alone in this? Please let me know down in the comments below. But when I go to use both of the devices, the S25 Ultra is better in almost every single way. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the S Pen failure. It's lighter and easier to hold, and honestly, it feels much better in the hand overall. And isn't that what an Ultra phone is? It's a tool. Samsung made the tool easier to maneuver and to use. So from that perspective, even though it may look a little off for an Ultra device, I think Samsung got it right. The design complements the purpose of the Ultra brand and makes it more efficient to use. One thing Samsung always gets right is the display. This is without a doubt the best display in any smartphone, at least at the time of the recording of this video. Now there is one potential downside, but we're going to get to that. You are getting a 6.9-inch screen, which is a tenth larger than last year, and a 92.5 screen-to-body ratio, which is only a 4% improvement from the S24 Ultra, but it is noticeably an upgrade when looking at them side by side. Supposedly, Samsung fixed the grain issue of the S24 Ultra, which I can definitely see here right in this clip. And according to a lot of the websites that I've been to, they are reporting that the anti-reflective coating is even better on this year's model. I can't say that I see it, but you let me know down below. Overall, it's just gorgeous. But now to one negative is the brightness. Now this gets plenty bright at 2600 nits of peak brightness, but that's the same as the S24 Ultra. The thing is that if you live in a hot climate like I do, I live in Florida, it will be perfectly bright for a little bit and then it will quickly dim down. I am sure this is some feature in the software to prevent overheating, but it makes the peak brightness pointless after using it in the sun for a minute or sometimes less. I don't have this issue with my OnePlus 13. Now the camera is pretty much the same as the S24 Ultra except for a new 50 megapixel ultra wide camera, which is an upgrade from the 12 megapixel wide angle that we had on the previous generation. Here are the specs if you want to pause here, but what matters most to me is how the images look to my own two eyes after the image processing. Here's a quick comparison between the S25 Ultra and 24 Ultra. Let me know down below, can you really tell a difference? Filming 4K 60 on both devices. I'll switch up the audio so you guys can hear the difference. Just gonna move left to right here. Let's look at the bushes, if I can speak English here. There we go. Look up into the tree. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just kind of jogging up and down. Get an idea of the stabilization. I'm jumping up and down. There we go. We're gonna do 2 times on the S25 Ultra, 3 times on the S24 Ultra, 5 on the 24 Ultra, 3 on, I should do 3 and 3. 3 on the S25 Ultra, so on both phones, 5 on both phones. And we're gonna go in on that box if we can. 10 on both devices. Back to 5, back to 3. 2 on the S25 Ultra, back to 3. And then both of them back to 1. And then this is where we saw the improvement. We have a new 50 megapixel wide angle, so let's see how that looks. Here's the 0.6 wide angle on both devices. In theory, the S25 Ultra should be significantly better, but you guys tell me down below in the comments. Back to 1. Now let's get to the battery life. Samsung, your battery life is fine. And we need to get over the Note 7 issue. We've been using a 5000 mAh battery since like 2020. You really gotta watch out for companies like OnePlus, who have implemented a nanostack technology that gave us more power in a slimmer design. Bottom line is it's fine. It's better than the S24 Ultra, but not by much. But really, that's mostly due to the increased efficiency in the CPU and GPU. I get anywhere between 8 and 9 hours of screen on time, which is good, and my daily activities consist of listening to music, watching YouTube, of course, taking photos and some videos here and there, light mobile gaming, gaming on emulators at times, and of course, sending messages and making phone calls because it is a phone after all. But Samsung, come on, it's time to increase the battery size. If this is what we get in the S26 Ultra, the competition will leave you even further in the dust. For security, you're getting the same grade under-display ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, which is incredibly fast and reliable. One thing I wish Samsung could give us is the ability to turn on the haptic feedback for when the device successfully reads your fingerprint. It's something I really like in phones like the OnePlus 13. And also, you're still getting the same face unlock as before, which to me is basically useless. I mean, sure, if you're cooking and have dirty hands or something like that, it could be useful, but I wish Samsung adapted an approach like the Google Pixel. I can use Face Unlock for my secure applications on that phone. Samsung's only works for unlocking the device. I honestly thought they would have improved this by now. It's pretty decent in good lighting conditions, but if it's dark outside or if you're in a dark room, good luck getting your phone to read your face every single time. Because of this, I just use the fingerprint sensor. It works every single time without issue. This thing is insanely quick and the performance does not disappoint. You're getting a Snapdragon 8 Elite chip that I didn't think would make a difference initially, but I will admit this is noticeably quicker in real-world use compared to the S24 Ultra. Does it warrant an upgrade? I don't really think so. At the end of the day, this is not a gaming PC or something like that, but if you just want to play mobile games, Xbox Game Pass, and emulators from time to time, this phone is going to deliver extreme gaming performance with little to no stuttering after playing during long periods of time, and it also has a 40% larger vapor chamber for improved thermal performance. It's just an absolute beast. I do wish we had at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, however, we are still stuck with 12 gigabytes. This isn't a huge problem when comparing it to something like the iPhone, which has 8 gigabytes. Apple might want to get on that, but most Android phones these days get 16 gigabytes of RAM. Even phones like the Pixel 9 Pro and Pro XL are getting 16 gigabytes. At a price tag of $12.99 for the 256 gigabyte variant, 12 gigabytes of RAM is yet another thing Samsung has become complacent with. Do you all remember when Apple removed the headphone jack? This was many years ago, but because of courage, but also they released their AirPods to fix this missing feature? Well, on a totally unrelated note, this is the S Pen of the S25 Ultra. Samsung removed the Bluetooth functionality, which means you can't use this to take your photos or control your music anymore, but it's okay because you can do those things with a Samsung smartwatch. Wait, how much is this thing again? Now, one thing Samsung is doing incredible is their One UI 7 software. It really is that good. This has got to be one of the best software iterations ever. But keep in mind that this is coming to older Samsung devices as well. With that said, here are some of my favorite features. And yes, AI. I'm getting a little exhausted from talking about it, but admittedly, here are some cool features I enjoy using every single day that you might not have known about.
Hey there everybody, this is a test of the transcription AI that Samsung uses. It needs to be a little bit longer so you can actually get like the summary AI that it uses. But we're gonna go ahead and give this a test. Let's try to make a 15-second song, and just subscribe for more down below, give me a like, and let's go ahead and transcribe. We'll save that. And then you hold down the recording, you hit transcribe down below. It's gonna go ahead and transcribe it. Once done, you can open it up. It will give you your transcription. You can get a summary, and there's your summary right there, and that's produced by Samsung AI. So pretty cool. If that's what you want to do, I think it's a good tool to use. Hola a todos. Bueno, no sé qué decir, pero aquí estoy. Y por favor, suscríbanse para más. Saludos.
Hello, everyone. Well, I do not know what to say, but here I am, and please sign up for more greetings.
Well, I mean, subscribe, so.
Bueno, quiero decir, suscríbete, así que...
Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin is laying off 10% of its workforce. Entrepreneur. Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' space exploration company, announced it's laying off approximately 1,400 employees. Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos'
Blue Origin, la compañía de exploración espacial de Jeff Bezos, anunció que despedirá aproximadamente 1.400 empleados, alrededor del 10% de su...
quality on both devices. I'll switch up the audio so you guys can hear the difference. I'm just gonna move left to right here. Let's look at the bushes, if I can speak English here. There we go. Look up into the tree. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just kind of jogging up and down, get an idea of the stabilization. I'm jumping up and down. There we go. We're gonna do 2 times on the S25 Ultra, 3 times on the S24 Ultra, 5 on the 24 Ultra, 3 on, I should do 3 and 3. 3 on the S25 Ultra, so on both phones, 5 on both phones. And we're gonna go in on that box if we can. 10 on both devices. Back to 5, back to 3. 2 on the S25 Ultra, back to 3. And then both of them back to 1. And then this is where we saw the improvement. We have a angle, so let's see how that looks. Here's the 0.6 wide angle on both devices.
So, do I recommend you go out right now and buy the S25 Ultra? Well, let's sum up my video and make a decision. The S25 Ultra is a powerful and well-rounded device, offering at least some improvements over its predecessor, the S24 Ultra, but it lacks any significant innovation to justify its high price tag. While it excels in performance, camera with a few downsides, and software, well, other aspects like the battery life, AI features, and design updates feel kind of incremental and boring. If I had the S23 or S24 Ultra, I would not upgrade. Wait for the S26 Ultra and decide then. If you have an S22 Ultra or older, there is a lot you're going to like here. I would still recommend looking at a used S24 Ultra to save some money because you're still going to get the One UI 7 and a lot of other cool features. And if you're willing to try something different, I highly recommend the OnePlus 13. Matter of fact, I made a really good in-depth review of it last week. It should show up on your screen right about now. Thank you all for watching. Please give this video a like down below and subscribe for more if you like what I do, and I will see all of you next time.